Welcome to another episode of Boss Talk presented by Inspired by True Events Network. I have a guest here. I'm gonna let her introduce herself and what businesses she got going on.
Hi guys, I'm Alliyah Maduro. I'm the founder of Latinas in Faith, which is my jewelry line, and I am also a self-published author for her Faith Notes and her finance book.
What is Latins in faith? Is Latinas in faith or Latins in faith?
Latinas in Faith.
Yeah. What is that?
So it's a jewelry line just based off of positive affirmations, more specifically faith-based. I just feel like I always love jewelry that has a significant meaning to it, and if I could share God's word and just positive stories and quotes for women specifically. I'm actually doing a unisex line soon, but just to motivate people, whether it's in their business, in their faith, and different aspirations in their life and stuff.
So pretty much you're all about like woman empowerment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my main focus for now. Eventually, I want to go to men, but that'll be later on. Just let that come through and flow. But let's see.
What motivated you to start the jewelry line to promote woman empowerment?
Well, as a woman, I feel like we struggle with a lot of things, especially being so young. I'm only 22 years old, and I feel like we're trying to figure out life and what's next, whether it's career wise, whether it's school. I feel like social media has a major impact on my generation, and I feel like we don't have that. We don't have a lot of people who motivate us. So I think that's what motivated me to push this jewelry line. I started with just positive quotes. And if you look back, like on my page, it was like a whole different thing. But then it shifted. It shifted into something else, just because the positive feedback I was getting and things like that, and it made me want to do more for the community, especially women.
What advice would you give somebody who wants to get into jewelry?
Hmm. The advice I would give them is to just don't quit. There's a lot of things that you're going to face, and just know that when you're investing in something, especially if it's your business or something you have a passion for, know that it's going to be worth it at the end. You're going to take a lot of losses, but within those losses, there's lessons. So just keep going. Things are going to test you, but you just got to keep going.
What was one of your main things you had to encounter starting your jewelry?
Hmm. I think just finding out what I wanted to do. Basically, just the what's it called? The oh my God, the mission statement.
Okay.
Mission statement of what I wanted to be, because yeah, somebody could sell jewelry or whatever, but what's the meaning behind it? And just finding that and finding, my passion with faith and positive quotes and my passion for jewelry and fashion, why not combine them? And I think just in the beginning it's kind of hard because you're like, what should I do? How can I start? There's no there's no guide to show you how to do this, especially if you're starting from scratch. I'm from Philly. um, we don't have, especially Hispanic people, we don't have a lot of people showing us how to do certain things. It's always like excuses, or you have to pay like a whole bunch of money. So I think yeah, that's all I have. Like, this
You touched
is
on money. What's your
Mhm.
book about? Her finance planner. What's that about?
So her finance planner. So with all of my businesses, all of my books, I should say, I have a I do things not because of, oh, like I want like my name on this book or this and that. I do things like out of my heart and what has worked for me, and whether it's my faith, whether it's my financial statuses and stuff like that. So I'm the type of person who I like to keep track of stuff. I'm really like, I have to see this, I have to know what I have to save for, know what I have to pay. And I used to get like a journal from like Michael's, and I used to write down like all my expenses every week and all that. So I was like, why not create a book that can help other people who struggle with the same or who like to do the same as well. So that's why I created that book, just to give people, a book where they can actually have everything set out and just help them financially.
How about your book, Her Faith Notes?
So her faith notes, that was another thing that helped me personally. Like I said before, I used to go to Michael's to grab like journals and stuff. I've always been into journaling since I was probably like 11 years old. It's a way, I feel like it's really good for your mental health, whether it's journaling in general, writing your emotions down, or like for my book, I used it for a lot for Bible study. So I'm the type that I don't remember a lot of things. So when a preacher is saying like, a verse or something, 2 minutes later I forget it. So or just forget about the sermon. So that's why I created Her Faith Notes, just to have people write down their thoughts. There's a section where you could write down like the verses that like stood out to you and stuff like that, and what did you get from that sermon, because I always like to relate, like put my life or situations that I've been through and relate it to what the sermon was about. So that's why I created it. I know a lot of people, they struggle with the same thing. I just wanted a book that can help those who struggle with their faith journey. Because if you're going through something, you could look back at those notes and be like, oh, I remember when they talked about this or blah blah blah. So
What do you think females go through the most, like that in secret that they wouldn't, that the regular person wouldn't know? Like, is it trauma? Is it depression? What do you believe females need help the most with?
I think females need help with the most is confidence. I feel like our generation is super super insecure, and it's not just about looks, it's about their skills. um it's something that I feel like a lot of people don't understand when it comes to a woman, because you can say one thing to them and they will live with that for a very very long time, and that makes them doubt themselves, that makes them stop wanting to achieve certain goals and stuff like that. And I think what I learned is sometimes women, we like to keep stuff to ourselves, especially like those insecurities and stuff like that. But I think we should be like a little bit more vocal, because a lot of people go through that same thing. um we're not, we're all in this together. It's not just like one woman goes through like insecurities and stuff, we all go through it. So I like to have a community that can talk about situations like that, and that's why I think I'm so motivated by like women empowerment with my businesses and stuff, because there's a lot of things that we struggle with that I would like to touch on and help other women in the process.
I seen you have a blog. Is there a possible way where females or women could go and contact you through your blog?
Yeah, so on my blog, it's all the way down in the website. It says like email me or something like that, or subscribe, or even comment. So I've had a lot of people on my certain blog posts, they will put like if they relate to my blog post, or just like comments or feedback on my blog and what was it about. So I think that's had a major impact, seeing that feedback too. And I love reaching out to people and talking with like my audience and stuff, just to have a genuine relationship with them.
Do you believe there should be more women empowerment, like in communities, like more women centers in communities for um like the girls that's in the 20s and the teens?
Yeah, I believe so, especially in cities like Philadelphia. I feel like we don't have that. Like, okay, yeah, in school we have like the counselors, or we have like certain groups and stuff like that, but how many people are attending those little clubs or whatever? And whoever's not in school, let's say you graduated high school and you didn't go to college or whatever, what is there for those people? who's going to be there for those people to hear them out and stuff like that. I think that that would be awesome, especially for Philly teams. Like I can't express enough how like Philly Philly has a lot of struggles, whether it's just women, men, people of all ages, and I think we need something for these kids to motivate them and to make it out because honestly, Philly is I can't even explain it to be honest. You know, we need something for the youth to help them and just to motivate them to get out of here.
Yeah, that's why one of our main reasons why creating this network is to share information for kids in the communities like Philly. I grew up in Kensington, so like communities like that where people could get information to prosper in life.
Hmm.
If that's if we have to do women empowerment, we have to do male empowerment, whatever we have to do, we would try. Well, we're going to try to implement it within our network. Everybody's on internet, so where if you have internet, you have access to us, and that's why on Ball Talk is my series, and we want to bring people like you that talk to women. I can't talk to no female and tell her what she needs because she's going to like look at me like, yo, go ahead. You know, in one of my podcasts, I said females have a problem with putting more expectations on the man than themselves, and like I got almost canceled for that. But I
Mm.
didn't say like all females, but like some females have that issue, and I just wanted to I just want your feedback on that. What do you think on that?
So putting you said what was the thing again? Putting
I said
pressure.
some females nowadays. I didn't say it like this. Like I was like ratchet when I said it. Uh, but some females put more expectations on a man than themselves, like in life.
Um, like I think I see it a different way. I don't think we put a lot of expectations on men. I think we put a lot of expectations on ourselves. Like I feel like we're so hard on ourselves, whether it's being a good mother, being a good sister, a daughter and stuff. I feel like especially like trying to be a wife and stuff like that, a girlfriend. We I feel like we try to help others before we help ourselves. And I think that's where that may come in. I personally I can't speak on that because I feel like I don't put a lot of expectations, but in some cases it can be. But speaking for myself, I feel like a lot of women, most women can apply a lot of pressure to themselves and the expectations, and once they don't reach that goal or whatever it is, then that's when the insecurities come in, that's when the doubt thoughts come in and all that stuff. um yeah, I think. But back to like boosting, what was it, boosting confidence and
Yeah, you were
skills.
saying that females should get time to themselves to reflect.
Yeah, I feel like whether it's skills or just life in general, um like I said, we put a lot of expectations on ourselves, but we also, a lot of females, I feel like, you know, I've been through it too. At one point, I didn't know my self-worth. If I'll set a goal, and if I didn't achieve it, I would beat myself up all the time. And from there, I'm just like, oh, like I'll put like a whole bunch of stuff in my head, and that'll stop me keep keeping going to achieve that goal and stuff like that, and doubt my skill sets. I'm like, oh, I can't do that, I can't create that video, I can't do that content and stuff like that. But I think a lot of females need to take time to themselves, have their me time, and work on themselves, their mindsets, and just write, even if you have to write down like 5 things I like about myself, 5 things that I know I'm skilled in and stuff like that. And I think once you speak all those things to yourself, your confidence will boost up and you'll see a lot of things coming to you.
You said you you can't do a YouTube video. I seen you have a YouTube video channel also. Um,
Hmm.
can you talk about, was it difficult to create your channel?
To create my YouTube channel, it was kind of difficult just because I'm the type that I went into things without even, I just did it. Like whatever, let's see where this goes kind of thing. I didn't like plan anything out. But for the content, I had to do a lot of stuff. I had to research. It's not just putting out a video, whatever. You got to see like what kind of audience you want, what kind of look you want, what's gonna make you stand out from the rest of the people who have a YouTube. How can you relate to people around your age and stuff like that. Um, it's been a high and low for me with YouTube. I've been like taking a little break just because I work full time and stuff like that, and I have like all these other things that I do on the side. So um, I want my main focus to go on that instead of the YouTube. Um, I think it's difficult creating the content and editing it yourself, and not having extra hands to help you out and stuff. Because that takes a lot of work. Like people think it's so easy. You just upload. Like no, you have to edit. You have to create this. You have to create that. Like it's too much to go into it. But yeah.
Yeah, we on our channel. Well, we don't call it a channel. We call it a network, really, because that's what it is. We have different series in there, and we edit everything ourselves. We create our own intros. Like, it was hard. None of us was like tech savvy like that. Like, we have like business backgrounds, not no like Premiere Pro, none of that. Like, I learned that overnight. My friend, he learned editing overnight, and it's it's not, you not gonna make money. Like, you're not gonna blow overnight. And I feel like a lot of
Mhm.
people creating YouTube channels, believing like, yeah, I'm gonna make this amount of money and within this time frame, and you have to definitely reevaluate yourself and see what other avenues you could touch in while having a YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
for example, when I see people creating podcasts and they just want to stay on YouTube, I try to tell them it's a different type of money with audio. Also, you could get two different bags instead of one. And with our network, every series we have is going to have its own merch. People got to understand merch is big if you have a
Mhm.
channel or something. Um, and like, I have a clothing line, so I have all the equipment upstairs. My friend has the same equipment at his house because he has a brand also. So people really gotta understand there's a lot of things you can add on to your channel to make money, to generate revenue for yourself. Um,
Right. Yeah.
how has YouTube affected you after you created your channel?
YouTube, I would say the impact it has on me is just like I could be myself. Like I feel like more myself because I feel like on Instagram, like I just post pictures or whatever. But on YouTube, I feel like I can engage with certain people. Like there's this one girl, um, who she attends my boyfriend's school. I think she's in high school and she's always like commenting and like engaging with me and stuff. Um, and like just comments like just positive stuff on my YouTube or whatever. And it's just like I don't know this girl from a can of paint, and like it's just so amazing to see the impact that I can have on like younger people and just people on YouTube, just being myself and the things like I recommend and things like that. Um, so yeah, and it's made me meet new people as well.
What
So that's always
um
fun.
all your businesses, what affected you the most? Like, what changed your
Hmm.
life the most? It could be mindset wise, it could be status wise. Just what changed your life the most?
Which business?
Yeah.
I think the business that changed my life the most was probably, I want to say both of my jewelry line and my first book, Her Faith Notes. That made me realize like I can truly with the work that I've done, like I could truly inspire women. I can relate to women. You know, a lot of people came out and supported me. Like I was surprised. There was times where like I cried because I was just like, I can't believe this. Like, what in the world? Like people are listening to me. People are watching me, and that makes me want to be a better person. Like I don't do it for clout. I don't do it to have my name everywhere. I do it because I generally have a passion to touch other people, and I always felt like since I was little, like that was my purpose to reach people and impact them, and not only impact them but motivate them as well to do something they're passionate about and to just whatever they have a goal for, just keep going.
Why are you so driven by faith? Like, where does that
Um,
stem from?
so my faith stemmed from like I feel like in Hispanic cultures and stuff, we always like, you know, we get baptized when we're born and all that stuff, and we attend the Catholic churches and all that. But I never really got into church growing up. Like I knew we were the type of family that went like on Easter and all that stuff, and it was all in Spanish. Like I understand Spanish, I speak Spanish and stuff like that, but I could never get into it. So I want to say in 2016 I was just going through a lot of personal things, and I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't going through the right route or whatever. And I think that's through those situations, that's what woke me up. And I was just like, yo, like I have to take it serious. I have to change my life, because where am I gonna go um without, you know, this? And I found a church where I felt like I was at home, where's people who talk like me, who walk like me, who been through certain situations and got out of them and stuff like that. So that's where my faith stemmed from. And just seeing how God has worked in my life and how he saved me from so many situations that I've been in. That's what keeps me going is him.
What to finish up, what do you want your legacy to be? Like when it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember you as?
Ooh, that's a deep question. Dang. Oof. I think I want my legacy to be I want people to remember me as somebody who wanted to help and wanted to give, and somebody who tried their best in life. Um I don't I don't want to be like this person who, oh, like she wrote this book, she did this, she did that, or whatever. I don't want to be that person who, I don't want to be remembered as a person who just like had all these things going on. I want to be a person who has really truly impact people, who has given something their all, not just, you know, to social media or my businesses or whatever, but to actual people. Like I want to touch people's lives, and I want that to be my legacy. And just like a person who always seek to be better, because I'm not perfect. I could be better than I am now in a few years and stuff like that. There's always room for growth, and that's the type of person I want to be remembered as.
On behalf of the Spy by True Network, we want to give you your flowers while you still good. Smell them. You're doing a good job. That's why we extended the invitation, because we seen what you've been doing, and we trying to bring woman empowerment to the light. And you my second interview for woman empowerment. It's definitely going to be pushed to the forefront, because we believe all females should become queens and act like it. So we just want to say thank you for allowing us the privilege to interview you today.